It's a new year and I decided to do something a little different in 2025.
Come on in.
This year I'm pulling the curtain back and giving you a peek into what it's like being a designer, CEO, artist, and creator. You will meet some of my team, see the challenges, and of course, the sweet moments. I also hope to do more crafting, designing, and creating with you in this new series I'm calling The Sweet Life of a Designer. And there is no better way to kick this off than the project that I've been working on for all of 2024. I've been dying to show you guys what's happened to my backyard, and I finally get to give you more details. When I started out as a designer, my office was a small desk in my bedroom. And by the way, I went doom scrolling on my own Instagram feed and could not for the life of me find the original photos I had of my bedroom office. It's like the world stood still because Instagram didn't have any video on it. Remember that? The scrolling did remind me that I've had warehouse space and in-person teams before for other companies that I've owned. Then, in our first house, my office was the second bedroom of our home until child number 3 took over. It was a super colorful office, you can see here, because I was so excited to have space. Oh, and by the way, in those warehouse spaces, I just brought my kids with me to the office. That's kind of how I dealt with that. In our current house, I took over the side office on the main floor, which is adjacent to the kitchen and entryway. After having a bedroom space, this has been a blessed luxury. As my companies have grown, it became apparent that it was finally time to separate my office from the family, especially with the new University of Arts and Design, which we started in 2024. This is mostly a graduate school, so if you want to look more into that, you can go find it at uad.education.
The reason I'm so excited about this project is because it would be really nice to have a really separate work life from my family life. For the last 17 years of running Carina Gardner Inc. and now the 2 other companies as well, like it's always just been me and the kids. You know, I did this to stay at home with the kids initially. And now it's run into the dining room area and the kitchen area. And so when I'm running a podcast, like the kids can't come down and get a snack. Like it's too loud. Trying to figure this out so that my kids can and my husband can do what they need to do in the house without worrying about it ending up in a podcast or a YouTube video or whatever. But also just, you know, I mean, I own a digital companies, but we make a lot of stuff, right? There's wallpaper, there's silhouette projects, there's like big stuff, there's tiny stuff, there's fabric, there's quilts, there's just so much stuff. And to finally have a space for all of it is going to be super nice.
So in the beginning of 2024, I hired a contractor and I started working on permits. My backyard spent most of the summer completely dug up as they put in electrical lines and plumbing. They had to move some of the other sheds that had come with our house to make room for this new office. Concrete was laid in, and I even put in an outside shower for the pool. Digging up my yard and running all these lines along with the concrete took up almost all of summer. And while they were taking care of the exterior, I started working on getting together the interior.
Okay, this is my first stop. I'm at Lowe's, and I'm going to be looking for tile and flooring.
I also chose things like doors so that they would be ready when the office was finally being built. Then by the time fall hit, they started building the she shed. Yes, this is in fact just a shed kit. The kit is 24 feet by 16 feet and it has an attic space, which is why I chose it. And just like all construction projects, what was supposed to be done early in the year has turned into something that is several months behind schedule. Now, that being said, it was exciting to see the structure go up and start to take shape. And I was especially pleased when the attic was put in and it was much taller than I expected. The roof also went on really fast as winter was approaching and the workers were going to have to start dealing with Utah weather. And just like that, one day there was no roof and suddenly there was one. Just in time because it actually started snowing the very next day.
I'm ready for them to have the heating and cooling system put in here. It's cold. It's really cold.
So it's nighttime and I've been painting doors, and something about seeing this little barn sitting outside behind my yard and seeing the light on, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really gonna have a little barn in my backyard. It's gonna be my office. And it hit me like I'm just so excited.
The reason there are no doors is because we had to wait for a day when the weather was good enough that I could paint them. I chose French doors for the barn just because I like them and I thought it would be fun to sometimes have them open while the kids were swimming in the summertime. I had a really short window for painting these, so I had a heater in the shed and hot lights to work from during the 2 days I took care of this. And I actually forgot how much I really like painting. Meanwhile, I started buying fixtures for the barn and storing them there as well. Some items are being stored in the house, and I'll move it in once we've installed the cooling and heating systems. Finally, we got on the French doors, the windows got cased, and some of the fixtures started to go up. It feels like we're making progress, and here's the current update on the layout.
Here's where we're at in the moment. So as you can see, they actually, even though it's really difficult to see, they've actually put in the electrical. I think this is what they were working on yesterday. We've got lots of stuff ordered, so that's good news.
The main floor will have my office, studio space, a closet, a bathroom, and a mini kitchen.
You can see we've got interior doors in here, so that's good news. But otherwise, we actually still have a lot of work left on this downstairs area.
And then headed up in the attic space, we will have spaces for crafting, content creation, and the podcasts. Oh, and if you're looking for those podcasts, our free one is called Make and Design with Carina Gardner, and our exclusive one that is mostly for university and design suite students is called Design Your Life, and you can find it at carinagardner.com.
So upstairs, there hasn't been a lot done. They've put more electrical outlets up here, which is really good, and kind of in crazy spots, because I have some crazy spots where we're going to hang like TVs and stuff and have lights and all of that good stuff. One thing you'll notice up here is they've just added a whole bunch of insulation. I'm next to a pretty loud road on the other side of my house. And so when I had it bid out, I said, hey, I really need to have it soundproof because it's going to be really rough on audio. So they've got all this insulation. I know that they're going to be doing some extra things to it to get it soundproof, but I think it's going to be worth it. I do think it's going to take a little bit longer than it already has to get it done because of that.
I'm pretty excited to have my office just a skip and a jump from my house. I can't wait to show you more updates as we work through the winter to get the inside finalized, and you better believe I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to decorate it. As always, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more crafting, designing, sewing, and I hope you like this new series. Come and check out more on the channel at youtube.com/Carina Gardner.